my fishes, Courtney Mermaid here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we were going to be taking a look at the most realistic mermaid tail I have ever made. So this has affectionately become known as the Siren tail. I was really inspired by the TV show Siren. Some of it's filmed locally here by where I live, and I just got kind of jazzed by that, and I thought, you know, I'm a very cartoony, colorful, like Disney loving individual. Wouldn't it be cool to see if I could push myself and do something a little bit more edgy, a little bit darker? That thus turned into a need to make a Siren themed mermaid tail. So this tail features a blended waistband. It has a pretty slick dorsal fin on the back. It has a unique scale shape that I designed myself. I heavily referenced a lot of different fish to get this particular look, and then I also have a barnacle pattern that it just smacked me in the back. Thank you for that one. A barnacle pattern that goes up and down the sides, and then it also features striping, which I actually created. It was one of the first really cool patterns like this I had done, just down the sides. It doesn't go up the back, it only goes down the seams. So I didn't use any specific fish for reference for this. People have guessed all kinds of different things. I was looking at a bunch of different kinds of fish to come up with my scale, shape, and pattern. I do have a little bit of like a tiger shark kind of inspo happening here. This was something that I came up with. I wanted it to look similar but not like the same as the Siren tail, but I did want to have kind of a funky dorsal fin coming down the back. I feel like this is probably one of the more successful ones that I've done in this style, and overall I like the 3D effect that it has. My fluke, I kept the fluke really simple. I did want it to feel like maybe there was some bones that you could see in the fluke, so I did have a little bit of a pattern going on there for that. And for those of you asking, since that is a very popular question I'm asked about this tail specifically, which monofin, Courtney? Which monofin is in here? Gee, it's so floppy. Can we not guess which monofin is in here? It hugs me, it loves me so much. This is in fact the Mertailor Fantasy 1, the original Fantasy fin. This is about how big it is. I have review videos on this monofin and an unboxing. I will be sure to link them up in the cards. But yeah, this is the Mertailor fin. And before you all ask me if I do offer custom tail skins for his monofins, I do not. So the big reasoning there is I had asked a while back, I had heard that he wasn't a big fan of people making tail skins for his tails and selling them. I'm not sure actually where I heard that from, but I wanted to get all my ducks in a row, so I had sent an email and was like, hey, is this cool? And I never got a response back. So I decided that obviously, for whatever reason, I didn't get a response back. I took that as a sign and said, you know what, I'm just not gonna mess around with that. And also, just because of the level of flop that these have, you can see how I have a little bit of a gap here? This is the space that I'm able to leave open to get this monofin in and out of here. No, that's kind of a nightmare, and not really something that I'm not somebody who likes to deal with zippers. Not that I can't, I can. It's too many moving parts. I want my tails to be super simple and super elegant, not a lot of extra bits. So yeah, that was something I just didn't really want to mess around with. I didn't want to piss anybody off. but yeah, so that's the thing. It's my little Mertailor disclaimer right there. So things I like about this tail specifically, I appreciate that I gave myself a blended waistband. I like the level of comfort that this tail has. All of my tails are very soft and very comfortable and very thick material. I like that the pattern, it's something so unique that I feel like I really stand out in this tail. This is a tail design that nobody else has. Although I do have leggings available on shopvancouvermermaid.com. If you do really like this pattern and you'd like to have something a little bit with that on there, I do have leggings available in this style. The Mertailor monofins are really easy to sink in. You're very neutrally buoyant. You are able to stay down pretty well. The Luna is also like that, but I do find that the Mertailor is more so, which does mean that I do have to work extra hard if I'm in very deep water and I can't touch and I'm trying to hang out with my friends. I usually grab a pool noodle because it just makes life a little bit easier, because it's quite heavy, is the only thing. I don't think there's anything particular that I don't really like about this tail. I'm not a huge fan that I wasn't able to get away with my usual, because when I make my tails, I only sew them in. Hello. I usually only sew them into like about here, so I have a nice big open space to take the monofin out. I never take the monofin out of this tail. It's got a mind of its own, I swear, because the space is so small, and I had to make it that way just so I wouldn't get a huge amount of gaping, because this is my only complaint with his monofins is they don't have they're not as rigid as I'd like them to be up until here. If they were more rigid to here, it'd be unstoppable, man. It'd be unstoppable. Overall, the tail is holding up really well. Of course, you're gonna have wear and tear wherever you do have big ridges, and because this monofin does have a lot of very high, you can see them, very high ridges. See, watch my fingers, see that? So you do get a little bit more wear and tear there. Overall, I'd say my heels are still looking as good as the day that they did that I first made this tail. And yeah, I feel like I did a pretty good job on all the details, and I do quite like this tail. It was an experience making it, and I felt kind of like an imposter or something for a while I was working on it, because I'm so used to making tails in my color scheme, which is green and yellow and blue, or yellow, green, and blue. I felt really strange, especially the very first time that I wore this. I actually felt like I was having some kind of an identity crisis, but yeah, that's not really the case now. I actually feel quite comfortable in this tail, and I feel like it gives me kind of a nice, dark, edgy mermaid look that my traditional colors don't really give me, so. Okay, so now I'm gonna include a couple of up-close shots underwater, me swimming in it, me maneuvering in it. This is by far the most realistic tail I have made thus far. It's very out of my comfort zone in terms of style. I am much more of a cartoony mermaid design. Like I'm more of the colorful kind of mermaid tail maker. I really feel like that's my calling card is in there somewhere. But it was a fun project, and I'm so glad that you guys seem to like it. I get a lot of requests for more footage of it and more information on it, and can I buy one, and do you sell them? And I do sell mermaid tails, and if you want more information on my tails, what they cost, when slots are going to be available, and all that good stuff, you can check out shopvancouvermermaid.com. There is a section called Mermaid Tails, and if you scroll through all of that, it will give you all of the answers to the many questions that I'm sure you will want to ask me at some point. All that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video and a close-up look at the siren tail. I kind of wish I had a better name for it than just the siren tail. If you have an idea for a name for my siren tail, yeah, just leave me a comment down below maybe, and maybe I'll change it, who knows. Otherwise, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Happy swimming! Bye!